Hey friends, I am super excited. Now, if you saw my last video that I released yesterday, I did a reading on a lost object and on the O.J. Simpson case. Well, this is like 10 minutes after I finished that video. Look what I found. I am so excited. I found the second band. Now, if you recall, and I want to point this out, how interesting this was. The last two cards, I did like a 4-card spread, and the last two cards were these two cards. And I paused at one point because when I had the Empress, I got the distinct feeling that I was being directed to look this way at something. And I did. I looked over there and in that direction, which I think reverses itself on the camera, but it was really over in this direction. And I didn't see what I didn't see, right? But the other two cards were, I forget exactly what they were, but they were X's. One was the 10 of coins, which suggested to me that it was in the house. These two cards suggested that it was really in an intimate place, like really close to where I was. Really close, like I said, like intimate, in an intimate space. And the only intimate spaces for me would be where I am right now, which is in the tarot parlor, and she's looking in that direction, right? And then the other cards, I think it was like a 10 of batons and a 5 of batons. I think those were the other cards, which suggested that it could have suggested an X. It could have suggested a few things. It could have suggested, like, put a fork in it, you're never going to find it, it was thrown out. Or it could have suggested that it was in something that had some kind of motif on it that was X's, or a basket or something like that. I can't find the other one, but it was like the 10 of batons and then this one. So after I cut the camera, I was determined, because my hunch really told me that the Empress was looking over there. So I looked over there. I have a basket over there. When I looked in, I just saw miscellaneous things. Like why would I have ever put my, it's just junk, like just, my father's wallet or, and I have, these kind of tools. There's just miscellaneous stuff. And then there was like a piece of paper that covered the bottom, and I didn't think anything was under the bottom. But when I lifted it afterwards, I found this little thing that had jewelry in it. It wasn't with the other rings. I was like, what the heck is this? And I open it up, and sure enough, my band was in here. I don't know why I would have put it in here. I don't know why it would have been separated from these other rings, but there it was. So I found my ring. And it was, as the card said, over there in a really intimate place, close to me, near something that was woven. So, cool. Very cool. There's something else there was something else I want to tell you guys before I pack it in for the day. And I apologize for the TV. My husband's in the other room watching TV, and I didn't ask him to turn it off. But another thing, as some of you may have remembered, since I've been doing the Solabusca videos, that I mentioned that I needed, more information than, to take more informed looks. So one of the things I'm doing is reading this book, SPQR, by Mary Beard. And I found something on page 444. And I'm reluctant to read directly from the book because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright infringement. But the image here is a little picture of a beggar in a town. And the description says he's with his dog. And perhaps this woman of, the aristocratic, or the well-to-do is giving him some money. But the way it's written in that caption is that it's a beggar with a dog. Like, that's his partner, that's his dog, it's on a leash. And when we think of the Fool, and a lot of times I have assumed or thought or got the feeling that this dog wasn't with the beggar, with the fool, but that it was somebody, it was a creature that was attacking him because you don't belong here. You don't belong here. Get out of here. And that the dog was alerting the town, the people, that this person doesn't belong there because the fool is an outsider, right? But this really early reference to a beggar from what century? The first century before the current era. So some 1,500 years before a tarot deck was created and before a fool card was created. We have the tradition of the beggar coming into town with his dog. So the dog may in fact be the fool's buddy. You know, I mean, it could be seen both ways. It could be seen as, you don't belong here, get out of here, I'm attacking you. His clothes are a mess, you know, so it does look as though the dog is tearing his clothes off. But it could be that he's just a mess anyway, and he's got a playful dog. So that's food for thought. I could see it both ways, but I just think it's interesting to see a drawing or a depiction of a beggar with his own dog going through town with his dog. And it says, it says that the beggar, the only company the beggar has is his dog. So, and this is 1,500 years before the tarot deck was created, you know, so it may be that the dog was a friend all along. Interesting. Okay, just a short and sweet video. Until next time, friends, peace, stay well, be kind, and do no harm.